Ooh, what is up, everyone? It is the one and only Jason Willington, and just before this video starts, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, so today's video, we're going to be talking about the NBA's most unsolved and still remaining top question. Who really is the GOAT of the NBA? Okay, so, I'm not going to go into full depth with like almost every player in the NBA. We're just going to be talking about right now, the three that's names are brought up the most, okay? So, I might do a part 2 to this, talking about more people, but for today's video, and I don't want it to be, like 20 hours long, it's just going to be 3 people that are named a lot. So, let's go to our first candidate. So, our first candidate is going to be Kobe Bryant, okay? Or no, not Kobe Bryant. We'll do Kobe Bryant later. We'll do LeBron James, okay? So, LeBron James, he was originally a football player, and then, he didn't really have a place to stay, so he moved in with his football coach, and then, ended up finding a love for basketball, and ended up becoming, one of, like, his name has ended up inside of the, the who is the GOAT area. Okay, so, you know, LeBron always had raw athleticism, and he was always just a player that, like, he was always strong, or not always strong, he was always like, you could always see potential inside of him, is what I'm trying to get at. And so, a lot of people say that LeBron is the GOAT, and that he's a really good player. And, I'm not going to deny he's a good player, but I do feel like that, there's some other names that should be said in the topic. So, for our second player, we're going to be talking about Kobe. Now, most of you may know Kobe has passed away as of January 26th of 2020. Rest in peace. But, his name was still brought up in the GOAT topic, and it should not, be taken out just because he has passed on. So, basically, Kobe Bryant, he was always good at basketball, or he always put in the work. Kobe has been known as one of those players that was the first in the gym and the first out. He was always known as, a player that was just the hardest worker. He wanted to outwork you, He wanted to do better than you. And you could see that in his playstyle. He didn't stop playing, One of the most inspiring stories of Kobe is whenever he tore his it was like Achilles or ACL, and he still finished his free throws. That just shows that he played the game he loved for the people he loved. And so Kobe went straight from college to the NBA draft. Okay. I'm pretty sure he got drafted by like the Hornets, and then there was a like mid trade in the draft. So he went like the Lakers traded for him. He originally got drafted by the Hornets and then switched to the Lakers. I'm not sure about that. But yeah, he always just, like LeBron, had raw athleticism. He was always the hardest worker in the gym. He always put in the most dedication, and it really paid off for him because he ended up winning a couple titles. Ended up becoming one of the most known players inside of the NBA. Now, on to the third topic. Or not the third topic, but the third player. Also, if you guys want to hear my opinion, just wait until the end of the video, because I'm going to be stating my opinion at the end. So, the third and final one, Michael Jordan, okay? I wasn't going to not put him in here. Michael Jordan, he, always as a little kid, he loved baseball and basketball, alright? He was just like, you could already just tell that he was a good, like, player and everything. He ended up winning 6 rings with the Bulls. He had a crazy career. Oh, Okay. He had a crazy career, was one of the most talented players to ever play the game. And I was gonna say this, but I decided to wait until now. He was also the one person that Kobe, Kobe basically matched his game styles to Jordan's. He played like Jordan. He copied Jordan's moves and then added some of his own stuff and then became amazing. Um, he kind of, you know, had an inspiration, and then after mastering, his inspirations moves, he moved on and added some of his own stuff to it. So, um, you know, MJ, you know, he was always a pretty good, dunker, but he didn't have that type of strength that he really needed until I'm pretty sure it was around 1991, whenever they played the Bad Boy Pistons, and or like I don't really remember what their reference name was, but they played the Pistons inside of the conference finals, I think, or something, and they the year before, or I might get dates mixed up a little bit here, but it was around the 1990-1991 era where they had gotten thrown around by the Pistons, and like MJ didn't want that, so he went in the gym, worked out super hard, got some, cause before he was really skinny, and he had no he was just bare bone, and so after that little time period, he had worked out a bunch, gotten all this muscle on him, and then came back. And that's just one of the stories that MJ has had that has made him also one of the GOATs of the NBA. So now this is going to be the time that you've all been waiting for. I've put in a little bit of facts of each player, right? So now this is going to be the time that you have all been waiting for. Who do I believe is the greatest basketball player of all time? Okay, now I'm going to go from third to first. Okay, so I'm going to say who I think is third, who I think is second, then who I think is first. Okay, so third and second is a really, really hard matchup. Like, it's really hard to decide for me. But I would say it's very close, but I think Kobe takes second place and LeBron takes third. Now, why do I think that? I just think Kobe had such grit and, talent that, he takes number 2 spot, right? You would say, oh, he just copied Jordan. He did copy some of Jordan's moves, but the way he did it, you can't do that. Like, not every person can do that. That's like a 1 in a million thing. Same thing with LeBron. But the reason I put LeBron at third is because, LeBron is still playing out his career. He could eventually take the number 2 spot from Kobe. We'll see. But I would say at the moment, LeBron should just finish off his career. He's rolling with the Lakers right now. I say he should finish off his career. Then he could take his final standing. I would say number 2 and 3 are hopping around. But now, what you've all been waiting for, my number 1 spot for the greatest player of all time is Michael Jordan. Okay. I personally love basketball. I'd say I'm pretty decent. I just I love watching MJ, He's just a fun player to watch play, and that if somebody upsets him, he's gonna win. Like he said inside of a Bulls documentary, The Last Dance, if somebody offends him, then he just goes off. And that's the type of player I like, because he's not gonna let people mess with him. He's not gonna let people push him down and not expect him to get back up and fight harder. And that's just a type of play style that every basketball player should have. The other 2 guys did have it. It's just personally, I also feel like Jordan, his bracket he played with the Bulls, he played some of the roughest teams in the NBA. Like he had to play some of the hardest teams, hardest matchups, and he still came out on top with 6 rings. You know, that's something that not every person in the world is going to do. That's something that only a little handful of people ever can do. And that's why MJ takes this #1 spot. But you know, I think that's it for me. You know, I think that's where I'm gonna end off this video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, if you're asking me, why are you playing Minecraft inside of a basketball commentary video? I had no other games to play, alright? There's this new game that came out called, like, Spellfire or something. I might play that in a future video, but this YouTube channel is going to be mostly about commentary. You know, commentary is just one thing I love watching. You know, if I'm bored or I'm just sitting in my room and I'm playing a tournament in a game and I have nothing to listen to or watch, I listen to like podcasts and commentaries, you know. Jimmy High Roller is like my favorite commentator. Or like, not commentator, just like, you know, basketball YouTuber in general. So I look up to him, and, you know, somehow, Jimmy, if you're watching this video, just know, man, I look up to you so much. But yeah, you know, this video was inspired by other people who did the topic on who is the GOAT. But, yeah, you know, I hope you guys, like I said before, hope you guys enjoyed the video. And, yeah, I've been Jason. Peace out.